Hey guys, now the question is, was main event good tonight? And I think it was decent. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I think it was a decent show. Um, I'll just get to the. It seems like main events kind of get is gonna be like a superstars eventually, though. Considering that the way things are going right now, it just seems like it's gonna be like WWE superstars and Saturday Morning Slam. No one's gonna give a shit about it. After I think probably by next year, I'm not going to be sitting here and reviewing main event. I will not be. I will be sitting here and probably talking shit about it. Just like Superstars. Superstars came in with the bane, and then it just died. And then NXT came in, died. Then Saturday Morning came in, and and it's been shit ever since it even started. I'm surprised that that show even gets views. I've watched that show. It's a piece of shit. I think that's gonna happen in main event, but hopefully they'll prove me wrong. But I doubt they will. I think it's just gonna be another show that comes and goes. But this main event happened on the 20 January 23rd, 2013, and we get Michael Cole and The Miz on commentary. And I like the way that, and they start the show by showing a Royal Rumble video package. Pretty much everything about the Royal Rumble. And I don't mind that because I like seeing this video package. Everything changes. 36 Hall of Famers, I guess, have competed in the Royal Rumble. They talk about how, let me think, how Rey Mysterio lasted 62 minutes and 12 seconds. How Stone Cold Steve Austin's won 3 Royal Rumbles, and how Shawn Michaels holds the most eliminations out of everybody, and Kane still holds the single eliminations out of 11. And what else did they talk about? And they talked about like the weight. I don't remember the number of the weight. They talked about how how many fans have seen the Royal Rumble overall. They talked about a lot of things. They also talked about how let me think. There was one. Oh, they also talked about how 2 people have won the Royal Rumble at number 30. That being the Undertaker and John Cena, and how the most people have won it at number 27. That would be Yokozuna. Um, Let me think. Big John Studd. Let me think if there's 4. Somebody else won it at 27. I don't really know it. Um, that's all I know. I think. Oh, Bret Hart did, and so that means Lex Luger did. Um, and they talked about. They also said the most people. Yeah, they also said other things. They also said like who will win the Royal Rumble, and it shows pretty. I think they showed like all the guys are gonna be in there: Ryback, Antonio Cesaro, Wade Barrett, Randy Orton, John Cena. Those are got like the main guys that are gonna be in it. Kane, Daniel Bryan, probably Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow are gonna be in it. Those guys, I really like how they show this video package. It's probably my favorite video package to watch. Next to the Money in the Bank. I like watching the Money in the Bank while they don't play it anymore though. But that's okay, I guess. Um, so then we get Ryback interview, and I thought this was kind of a weird promo by Ryback. Like, he's not the best at promos, but it was just kind of a weird one. He gets interviewed and he says that he's gonna win the war. He's going to destroy everyone in the Royal Rumble. But then Matt Striker makes a joke to how he's gonna dissect them. So then he says what? And he says I was just making a joke. So then he says that he's going to turn the Miz, in the Switzerland Miss into Swiss cheese. He said he was making a joke, and then Matt Striker kind of has like a pity laugh. So then he says, Ryback says I can be funny too. So that was a weird, kind of a weird interview. Um, so then we get Antonio Cesaro versus Ryback doing this. It shows a WWE Shop.com ad. Cesaro comes out and cuts a promo and says, I like how he went about this, that Ryback represents everybody that the United States anything bad about the United States. That he acts like a caveman like everybody else. that that we have to ask for things if you want them. You don't just get them. He also says that he's unlike unlike someone, I'm not commentating on this show every week. I'm actually wrestling on this show, and I actually did enjoy that. And I guess we also find out that, and he's referring to the Miz, by the way. We also find out that Antonio Cesaro is going to be defending the United States Championship against the Miz in the pre-show. And the thing is, I'm kind of iffy about that because I want to see the match. But at the same time, they probably want to save some time for the Rumble, the Last Man Standing match, the Rock Punk match, and the Team Hell No versus Team World Scholars match. So I'm fine with that. At least they're going to get a decent amount of time, I think, on the pre-show. I think you should just have the match the whole time. I know you, and maybe have it, and then at the end show telematches. I don't like it when they just have the match like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't want to, like, it's not bad, but I think they should get at least a good amount of time on there. And I can see Antonio Cesaro not winning the match. And this feud may be continuing. I actually am kind of into this feud. So then we get Antonio Cesaro versus Ryback, and I'm gonna say this right now. They are doing a great job at making Antonio Cesaro look good. Like most of the guys that face Ryback just get dominated. That didn't happen with Cesaro. He looks good in every match I think he's been in. The only one I think I can name that he hasn't looked good in was the one with Cena at Tribute to the Truth, but nobody. I think, but I don't think I'm gonna remember that. Um, but he looked pretty good in this match. Like the stuff Ryback did, like he did ground him with a clothesline. He was able to ground Ryback a little bit in this match. He did that. He did an uppercut off the turnbuckle. He did dominate. Then Ryback kind of dominates. Cesaro goes to get himself counted out, but the Miz leaves commentary and throws him back in. Cesaro does more moves, and I was like, oh, Cesaro's fucked. But that's not what happened at all. So Ryback misses a splash, and Cesaro still makes himself look good. He does that double stomp that he does. He does that kind of high. He did like a high knee when he was sitting down. Then eventually Ryback hits him with the meat hook clothesline. Then and then Cesaro leaves and he loses by countout. And I'm kind of iffy about that. That kind of makes him look a little bit weak, but at the same time it kind of protects him from actually being pinned by Ryback. What I was thinking actually in this match is I want Antonio Cesaro to hit the neutralizer on Ryback, but at the same time I think Ryback would have kicked out of it by one, so that would have devalued that move, I think. So then we get the Royal Rumble ad. It shows the one with the Punk and Rock match that they're gonna have. Then it shows the Shield attacking the Rock. And it shows the Big Show and Alberto Del Rio rivalry. Then Big Show's being interviewed, and I guess he wants to talk about his actions. I guess what he did to Zack Ryder on Monday. Big Show says he doesn't have to justify his actions. That he's gonna be the World Heavyweight Champion at the Royal Rumble. No one deserves it but him. And that's it. So then we get the Usos versus Team Road Scholars. During this, it shows a main event ad, Raw Roulette ad, and Royal Rumble ad. Team Road Scholars come out and they say that the tag team division's going downhill right now, and that once me and Damien defeat Team Hell No, we're gonna raise the tag team back up to where it's supposed to be. And I don't think I kind of agree with what they're saying, but at the same time I don't agree with it. I think the tag team's doing just fine right now, but it could be better. But if you would say this probably last year, I would have agreed with them because the tag team wasn't the best last year. Kofi Kingston and R-Truth weren't doing anything with those championships. I honestly think that if they had said this last year, they had formed a tag team last year, that I would have believed everything that they were saying. But right now, I think the tag team division's doing just fine. But then they have the match, and this proved to me that the tag team division's doing just fine. The Usos, they were good. Like, I don't know why they don't use these guys a lot more than they do. Why haven't they hold the tag team championships by now? The Usos are a good tag team, and the reason why people don't care about them is because they don't utilize them at all. Like, when Chris, my dad's girlfriend, said, go home. She said go home to them. And that's because they don't utilize them. But I'm like, they're a talented tag team. And I think if you utilize this tag team a lot more, this could be awesome. Same with Epico and Primo. I feel like that they're doing something wrong with them. Um, Primo got a good match out of the Miz though. I'm gonna say that, but I think um, they need to be used a little bit better because I don't want to see these teams break up and then one of them's not going nowhere like what happened with the Hart Dynasty. Tyson Kidd has an injury, but I meant before that. Tyson could have been something big as well. But anyways, back to my point. The Usos. I like that the double team they move when Jey Uso like lifted Cody Rhodes up and then one of the Usos hunt him up over the ropes. Um, when they did and they had so this tag team division is just flowing so well right now. I think it could be better. Like maybe have some actual feuds in the tag teams. Um, but yeah, eventually after so much time of dominating one of the Usos, one of the Usos gets the hot tag, and that Uso goes to give the splash to Damien Sandow, but Cody Rhodes pulls one of the Usos out. Sandow kind of moves the rope and then pins the Uso for the win. I would have preferred if he just hit the what's he called it that neck breaker move. I forget what it's called on him. Then he pinned him because I think that kind of makes them look a little bit weak, even though the Usos aren't that big of a tag team. I think that they should have had him. I think that he should have hit his finisher first because I think that should have what finished the match. But I'm fine with that. Um, and I guess next week we're gonna have a tournament. It's like the Intercontinental Cup, and I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I think it's gonna be like a tournament or something. 3 matches. I'm assuming what's gonna happen is this is what I think it is. Say it's Kofi Kingston versus I'm just throwing this out there. Darren Young 1 week. The next week it's Rey Mysterio versus Sin Cara. The next week it's Tyson Kidd. Actually, I'm gonna use a different. Actually, I'm gonna use the no. Yeah. The next week. This is just examples. This probably isn't gonna happen. Tyson Kidd versus my dog Jazzy. I think what would happen is whatever 3 superstars wins those matches, I guess at Elimination Chamber, I think this is what they should do. Have those 3 guys have a match. It's not my dog Jazzy's not gonna be in it. I was just throwing it out there. That's what I think it is. Like they're gonna have 3 matches. Whichever 3 superstars wins those matches goes on to Elimination Chamber, and has a match, and the winner faces Wade Barrett at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that would be a brilliant idea. You know what I would have win? I would actually have just no. Let me think. The guys that they have right now. Let's see. They can use Justin Gabriel. I would put Justin Gabriel against Darren. Let me think. This is tough because Tyson Kidd's gone. I would put Justin Gabriel against. This is tough. Cody Rhodes. No, not Cody Rhodes, because they might be tag team champions. Let me think about this. Justin Gabriel against. I'm trying to think of a heel that doesn't get used. Michael McGillicuddy. There you go. Justin Gabriel, Michael McGillicuddy. Then the next week you have I'm gonna say you can do. Dan, let me think. Why don't you do This is tough because I don't know. The Miz versus Darren Young, and then you can do Titus O'Neil versus Brodus Clay. That one it's hard because Tyson Kidd's gone. I would have had Tyson Kidd in there. Ray's gone. Sin Cara's injured. But I think what they should do is they have Miz win that. I'd say, you know what? Have Miz lose to Cesaro, then have him feud with Wade Barrett. I think they could have a good feud, and for the Intercontinental Championship, I honestly think they will. But I spent way too much time. I'm probably overthinking what it is, but I honestly think that they should have each week on main event, 2 guys have a match. Then whoever wins, whichever 3 superstars wins those matches, goes to Elimination Chamber and has a triple threat match. Winner faces Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that would be a great idea, and I think that would bring some prestige, even though it's kind of prestigious enough, but it would bring some prestige into the Intercontinental Championship. And maybe some of those guys that are being utilized, like Michael McGillicuddy, I want him to be utilized. He does have some talent in there. I can't really say how much he has because I don't see him wrestle that often anymore. Justin Gabriel definitely has some talent. Darren Young, it's there. I see him wrestling tag team matches, not really singles matches. The Miz, I don't even know what he has some talent. Um, and I only threw Brodus Clay in there because Tyson Kidd's gone. Titus O'Neil, he has some talent, so we'll see what that goes. But that's pretty much it, guys. I will be back later on to review this movie right here. I'm not gonna have notes printed out in my hands, but I'm gonna be reading it off the computer. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm gonna see where it goes. I'll be back probably at 11 o'clock or midnight, and it'll be uploaded at 2 in the morning. That's when I plan on it, because I don't know how long this video is going to be, because this is a long DVD. I took a lot of notes. So if you don't want to watch a video over an hour, I suggest you don't watch this video. But if you do, it's fine. I think this movie is going to be, well, actually, I'm not going to tell you how I think of it, because then that would ruin it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Why don't you just click on that stuff in the description box, and, I think after I review that, I'm gonna be on my 191th video, so I'm gonna be coming out with my 200th soon. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might take an idea from Adam, Chris, a friend from school. I might do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, to be honest with you, because I wasn't expecting to get there for a while. But that's pretty much it, guys. I might actually play Xbox. No, you guys don't saw me do that. I'll think of something. Maybe I'll have like them put ideas in the hat and I'll draw their names and something. I don't know. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not gonna say peace out. I'm gonna say watch my review of Bret Hart and Shawn of this DVD. Watch the review of this DVD right here.